Hi everyone, welcome back. So just before I show you this little small production run video, let me just thank you one more time to everybody. The feedback on the giveaway video and the announcing the winner video is just astonishing, and the kind of words, the kind words, the support that I get from you is astonishing, and thank you all. None of this would be possible without you, so really I'm grateful and thank you. Now, in terms of next couple of videos, the next couple of weeks should be really interesting ones, and you really don't want to miss those videos. And if you can, hit the little bell icon. You'll get a notification whenever I post a new video, and if you haven't subscribed, please do. That always helps out. And I'm going to announce a couple of more sponsors of the channel and the companies, and I'm just really grateful and honored to be in this position, and just I don't have the right words to express my gratitude, and thank you all, and don't want to take any more of your time, and let's dive right into this video first. If you remember, in an unboxing video of crown tools and giveaway video, I mentioned about a small batch of 100 handles that I have to do, and these are those handles, those blanks. These are pretty much finished. I put one coat of finish on here as well, and these are ready to be fitted on the inserts. Now actually I still have to cut away this little knob here, but overall these are ready to be assembled. So 100 pieces are here, actually a little less. I have a few more over there still drying. So I'm going to show you how I go about making this. We're going to make two of these. This is actually, let me just put this away and I'll explain what these are. Here we are a little bit closer, and these are the sample two that I've done before I start the production run. So these are a little bit on the loose side, but again, these are just samples, so you can see how this goes together. And the cord, this black one, goes inside here, which will be glued in with epoxy, and I obviously still have to drill the hole, but I find it much easier after this is glued in. Then you just drill it through this hole on the top, and that's it. The fit that I'm kind of after is sort of this sort of slip fit, and on the bottom is kind of loose, but again, these are samples. Now, some of the key components that have to be followed, let's say, are this wooden part which is exposed has to be the same length. When somebody is training with these and they're done, they usually like put them together like this and wrap the cord around, and you don't want these to be one longer, one shorter. So the shoulders here, so shoulder from this and shoulder from this, has to be the same length. The overall length, so length of this doesn't matter too much, or the length of the smaller tenon down there. The shoulder is what it's dictating the overall height of the handle, and these has to be the same or really close to that. So, and when I put these two together, I hope you can see these are pretty close. For a handmade stuff, this is perfect. So I'll just reset everything here. Like I said, I've done already 100 pieces, but these are quite interesting, and it's a small production run, so I thought it would be quite interesting to show you how I go about making these. And one I'll make on a slower pace than usual, and just to explain some of the stuff and why I'm doing it, and the other one I'll do it in my natural, let's say, pace. Usually takes me around 4:20 minutes, so 4 minutes 20 seconds to complete one. So I'll just clean this up and we'll set off. Okay, so here we are at the lathe. Now I find this way to be, at least for me, the best one to mark the centers. I don't mark crosshairs unless it's something that has to be really accurate. This has a little bit of extra, so around 2 mil in terms of diameter, what I need, and extra on this one. So I just, if you envision where the center is, then I just put them all where it should be, and the more you do this, you get better at it, and you can see this is really quite close. And I do the same on this side, so it should be around here, you can see. And usually for this I don't turn off the lathe, but now I'm just explaining the first one, and on the second handle I'm going to do it in my usual pace. So this is now in between centers. Now I forgot to mention this spur drive here is spring loaded, so you can see the point retracts, which is quite helpful in the production run, as I don't have to turn off the lathe. I mean, you don't have to use this one, you can use the regular one, but these are quite nice, and they don't dig with this kind of teeth here, they don't dig in quite deep. So, and I have the tool rest that it's just the right size. So the speed, I'm using the maximum speed on this pulley, which is 1900 RPM, and I'll do everything with a 3/4 inch skew chisel, and I'll rough this down with peeling cuts. So just close the jacket up. So that's a little aggressive. Tighten up the tailstock a little more. And one planing cut, just to make it roughly the same diameter. It doesn't have to be perfect. So I have a set calipers, divider, sorry, for the length of the tenon for the top brass insert, and I mark that, and I have the other one. This is the total length of the handle, so from the shoulder to shoulder, and I place the right leg into this groove and just bring the left leg and mark the other side, and that's consistent, and that doesn't change. And with these calipers, which you can lock, and I just round over these rough edges so they don't get grabby too much. This is set for the inside diameter here. So I just use this one in my left hand, use skew in my right. You can use parting tool here. I just like to use one tool if I can help. Again, peeling cut. So you go above rotation and raising the handle until it starts to peel. And once the calipers pass through, that's the perfect diameter. And now I just clean this up a little bit and get nice crisp shoulder here. This has to be done quite nice, and I just chamfer this top edge. After this is done, I take it off the lathe and I test fit the insert here. So this is actually quite nice fit. You can hear how it rubs, and I put it back on the lathe like so. The reason for that is it's hard to measure this diameter and then transfer it here without going too far. So I like to have a visual stop when I'm doing stuff like this. So I bring this part of the handle down to this level. So just with the planing cut, with the skew, like so. And again, take it off. You can see how that now looks. And I flip it around so the bottom goes on this side now. I could do it here, but this is just slightly bigger than this diameter, and then I would have to use either a parting tool, just easier to flip it around, at least for me. And again, I use the calipers. I'm actually kind of hunched over beneath the camera so I can see at least what I'm doing. But again, I want for you to have the good view. So just clean the shoulder here, and this is way too big. I need to cut this in half. So I like to go long point down and then roughly turn the skew 45 degrees, and then I side peel all of this to the bottom and just chamfer this part here. Again, take it off the lathe and test the fit, and there's no wiggle room, which is okay, but it's kind of loose, but that's okay. That will be okay for the glue. Again, bring this shoulder down. And so this is the other side done as well, and then put it back between the centers. And now I have set diameter here and here. All I have to do, if you can see, this is bowed, like so, curved, and just want to make nice straight cut, as straight as I can, to this diameter here and here. So again, planing cut with skew. So if you want to get nice straight handle, so I went from left to right, and now I'll go from right to left, and just bring everything down to these two set diameters. So and now I take it off one more time, test the fit. So this side is almost perfect, so just a little bit of sanding, and this side I have actually a little bit more wood to remove. So, and once you get the hang of it, it's really fast. And to keep a nice straight line, since I have to remove this, I don't remove only that, I remove the entire section here. Try to go as straight as I can. And that way you avoid having major dips and valleys. So yeah, that's now perfect for sanding. So pop it back in. This is 360, and usually if it's just a little bit more timber, then I use 240. So this is 240, just a few seconds with it, like so. Then 360, and before I polish this up, I will take it off the lathe and check if this is nice and flush, which the top one is, and the bottom one also. And I stop the lathe for a second and just want to show you. I hope this will pick it up on the camera, although this insert is a little bit rugged here. I use the point on the skew on top of it by accident. But you can see here a little chamfer, and that chamfer is same here. So I want to mimic that chamfer on these two shoulders as well. If you don't do that, then it kind of looks odd. You have a nice crisp corner here, which meets with a chamfered edge. It doesn't look at least clean to me. So before I do that, I just grab a 360, which is the final grit I used, and you saw the sanding is done in just 10 seconds. That's even too much. So before I start to polish it, I go just one rotation with the grain just to remove any cross grain scratches. So that's it, and turn on the lathe, and just with the sandpaper I lightly go over the edge, so that's chamfered enough, and with the Scotch-Brite pad just polish it up like so. Now usually I don't put the finish on right away. I turned every single piece like this, and then I'll finish it after. So I have sort of let's say a rhythm. So I only do turning, then I finish it after. And for finish, let me just grab it. I have this my trusty container here, which is filled with hard wax oil. I'll put the picture of the product on the screen. I'm not sponsored by them, but it's a nice stuff, and just polish it on. You can stop the lathe as well on open grain timber like oak, which by the way this is oak, ash or any other like open grain. You might want to stop and just see if you manage to soak the oil into the pores. So that's nicely saturated. Now my finishing procedure for this kind of stuff is I would do this kind of applying the oil on, because you have to wait around 15 to 20 minutes to soak it in a little bit. I would coat, let's say, 20 pieces and then put it aside. Start on the next 20 pieces, and by the time I get to the end of that second 20 pieces, the first one are ready to wipe off, and I go through that first batch of 20, wipe it off, polish it, finish it, and then the other one, and so on. So I'm not in a how should I say, like we have a saying like prazan hod in Croatia, where you don't do anything, you know, you don't know what to do. So I always plan these kind of steps in front, so I'm always in movement. I don't have to wait for anything. So just wipe off any excess, and you'll see now that there isn't much excess once you let this dry a little bit, and with paper towel just wipe it off. You can see that's really not much, and I can use this part here, which is a bit cleaner, and that's it. You can see that's pretty dry here. So that's the polishing done here. I can part it off now just for the sake of the video. I'll do that, like I said, on all 100 pieces after, but on this one I'll do it now. There we go. And just use the skew, and if need be, just clean this a little bit. So let me just grab the inserts now. So this is one. You can see, hope the camera will pick it up, zoom it in, focus. You can see how nice flush this is. And when you chamfer the wood and the brass is chamfered, you get this lovely detail here. And we'll do it on the bottom one as well. This one is on the loose side a little bit, so but still you can see, oops, that's a really nice tight fit. And this is now overall how it looks, and you can see that didn't took too long to make. So now we can start. Now since I've marked the centers, now I can start, and the lathe goes on. And again, peeling cuts for roughing out. And then we mark the top length and then the overall length. Get it nice and crisp corner. Okay, that's okay fit. Okay, that's one side done. You can see this goes quite fast, although it seems like many steps. With these shoulders you have to be precise. There you go. So that's this side done as well. Pop it back between the centers. Okay, that should be it. A little bit of 240. And 360. I don't sand the ends very much, just a little bit. And now before polishing, I'll take this out and test the fit here, so I can go a little bit more on the sanding here. But this side is perfect, so okay, so that should be it. Chamfer the ends a little bit, stop the lathe, just go a few times with the grain. Like so. There is a little chip out here, so what I'll do is a low peel. Sometimes grain works, sometimes it doesn't. Like these are not cut perfectly with the grain for the best scenario on spindle work, but there are ways around that as well. So polish it with a Scotch Brite pad. apply the finish. Again, we can check just if the oil was in every pore, which it has. Wipe it off. Like I said, I would wait around 15 to 20 minutes to this to soak in a little bit more. You don't want to wait too long because it will get way too tacky. You won't be able to wipe off any excess. So and now just part it off. So just use the pliers to pop this out. Like so, and use a skew and just take this away. And we can test with the inserts. So that's nice fit, and let me just adjust the focus here so you can see that looks quite good. And let's do the bottom one. Flush here you can see, and do the top one, and that's the completed handle.